And now, from beyond our dimension, this is the JeffMara podcast. Here's Jeff.
My guest is Anthony Zender, former Marine and professional fighter who awakened to a reality far beyond the physical world. It was revealed to him by a series of vivid dreams, synchronicities, and UFO sightings that he was in the secret space program where he served covertly as a Generation 6 super soldier in time travel operations. Anthony, thanks for joining me and welcome.
Thank you, Jeff, for having me on your show. It's an honor, and I'm looking forward to getting into what we're about to get into.
Well, thank you for your kind words. And let's start from the beginning. When did you first notice, or how did you first discover that you were part of the secret space program? Was it through a dream or hypnotherapy or what?
When I first discovered I was part of the secret space program is when I was out of the Marine Corps. I had done my Marine Corps service, and I was in the regular, normal, or the world of common day. And then I started having supernatural, extraordinary experiences happening around me, where I would have lights, in the sky, and then I would have black helicopters flying all around me, everywhere that I went.
When you say lights in the sky, were they looking like orbs? Like, I don't know if you know Chris Bledsoe, but what he sees, like plasma orbs?
Balls of light that are aware of my intelligence, because I actually have a video of one that I caught on tape that actually responds to my thought.
Wow.
Because I have that on video. I was thinking, like, I saw it there, it was there still, and then it goes all the way around, then it does all sorts of stuff, and then it stops still, and then I'm thinking, and I'm saying at the same time, go left. And when I said go left, it just goes all the way left, and before I even thought it.
How big was it?
It was a ball of light, like that just took up the sky. It was I couldn't really say how big it was, but it was a ball of light.
Cool.
But these experiences were happening to me. And then plus I was having dreams since I was a child. I could remember my dreams, and this came from past life experiences, where you're trained in the mystery schools for psychic ability. And then that's what led me to being noticed that I was being followed around by black helicopters everywhere that I went.
Can you share some of the memories of working off planet with us?
Yes, I can do that. So like what I like, the first really memory that I remember having is, I actually remember a lot, but it's all linear. It's all non-linear. But I do remember being taken away from the earth. I remember the earth, I remember seeing the earth and then just like going away from it. And then being up on the moon, and being taught actually about, like, I remember being in the classroom full of children where we were being taught on a advanced plasma screen by Hitler about Atlantis. And I actually remember as well being in a hangar bay with an advanced, like a Henebu 3 craft, and then a woman giving us the instruction. And I like there's been so many missions that I've been on, and just one of the missions I remember very, very vaguely is I was on a planet, and it was a very beautiful, pristine planet. And it was on a coast, and the city was like, it looked like a city of glass. It looked like a very futuristic city. And we were there evacuating people because I remember the mission, and I remember ships coming down and evacuating people out of the city. And I was there on that mission, and there was I was in the city and I was evacuating some people, but there was some sort of weapon that was being discharged on the planet to destroy it. And I remember being in the city and we were getting people out, and then I remember like a huge like plasma like blue thing coming down, and I could see it in the distance, like it was an ocean, and I could see a huge thing coming down, and then it hit in the ocean, and then a huge shock wave was coming towards the city. And when it was coming to towards the city, it was just destroying everything. And I remember being there in the building I was in. And then I remember obviously in a time of stress, I remember like putting my hand out, hitting the ground, and then a like time space bubble forming around me, which was like stopping time, because I remember the uh the building was just, the glass was coming at me, and then I hit this bubble, and then the all the glass just stopped. Everything stopped around me, like I stopped time. And then I was able to just like get over this being that I was there. I grabbed them and I covered them, and then that's when I woke up, like from that memory. I woke up in my actual life, but I was having a memory recall, because that's how it happens for me, is I remember them in dreams. My memory recalls come back in dreams. So that was just one of the memories that I had.
Do you have any memories of ETs, whether you were working with them or against them?
Yes, yes, I do. I working against them. I definitely have memories against the Nordics. The Nordics are definitely not good, because I've been battling against them. And I have a memory where I'm battling a Nordic, and they were able to telekinetically lift me up. I remember seeing them, and they just like did this and did this and did that, and then I was thrown against a wall, and that's what happened. And then I have other memories of battling various different entities.
Would you say that the Nordics are basically how people describe them, as being tall, fair-skinned, blonde people?
Yeah, there's a movie called I think it's called Serious Sam, but they have a blonde Nordic guy that is able to do telekinesis in that. And then when I saw that movie, I was like, oh, and like that did a trigger for me, because a lot of movies that I see are like movies, video games are disclosure. And especially if you're awakened, you'll be able to spot what's disclosure. Yeah, the Nordics are not good. And yeah, they were the ones that were behind the NAZIs.
Have you had any contact with the reptilians?
Yes. And I've been actually involved as a super soldier, as being infiltrated as a reptilian. I've actually been put into a reptilian body.
Wow, did they take your consciousness out of your body and put you into the reptilian?
Yes. because that is part of the technology is soul transfer and consciousness transfer. When they take you, they're able to take your consciousness out of your body, and so that's what they're able to do is implant you into another body and then put you into wherever they're going to put you. So yeah, the soul transfer consciousness technology is part of the secret space programs technology, what they're able to do.
In the beginning, I mentioned that you were involved in time travel operations. You know, we live in linear time here. Do you time travel back 20 years and start your life over, or do they just clone your body and put your consciousness into another body and then start over? How does that work?
Yeah, because this took me a long time to figure out, and I'm still understanding it. Um, so what happens is you get taken out of this context of existence, out of this timeline into a parallel timeline, into a parallel dimension, a parallel reality that we actually know as Omega World. And then in that world, time and space, like it is it it doesn't like work the same way. It's a non it's a because this is the dimensional realm. That's the non-dimensional realm. And so that's where you get taken to. And this has to do with six-dimensional cosmology of the universe, which is the secret that the elite are keeping from humanity. Because we know the universe to be like four-dimensional, which they only say there's only one dimension of time, which is linear, but there's actually three dimensions of time. And a six-dimensional cosmology allows for time travel to be possible. So this is what the elite know about is it's the six-dimensional cosmology of the universe. So I had to figure out about time travel and how it's possible, and how it basically it's not in the confines of what is accepted in the scientific paradigm of our reality. And I had to learn about the advanced, hyperdimensional physics that the elite are involved with. And so, what was the question again?
I was just curious about how the time sequencing works and for you to be gone for 20 years and come back. But I think I understand what you're saying.
So
They take,
here's what they can do: they can create a chronospherical bubble, around you when they take you. So basically, like if you set up a camera of you sleeping at night, and then like because you think you're being taken and stuff like that, um, uh, and it would not be able to pick up you being taken because the 20 and back, it's just like a snap of a finger. And that's what's kind of hard to understand. I learned about this from learning about the ACIO and my contact in the ACIO, the Alien Contact Intelligence Organization was able to explain to me how they're able to do this 20 and back. Because I remember all of these missions, I've been involved in 4,000 missions. And I remember my mind being erased. I remember going up to the trip chair. I remember, highly advanced technological room, and there's a chair in the middle of it, and I remember going up to it, and I remember someone saying to me, what you're doing for the good of humanity. And then that's the thing is like I'm not supposed to remember anything I remember, but I do, and that's part of my mission is telling people about this because I'm a time traveler and I'm trying to explain that to people. So I remember, my memory being erased, being involved in the trip chair, and highly psychic people are able to remember these things. So I'm highly psychic. I'm a double Pisces. Like in astrological science, that's highly intuitive, highly psychic. So I'm remembering all my memories about being taken, which is happening to millions of people and stuff. So
You were talking about how there is a six-dimensional world. Is that generally where the ETs all live, and occasionally they'll pop into our reality with their ships, but they won't stay very long and then go back to that other realm?
yeah, no, you got it. You got it right there. And for me, being able to explain that to you, I found out about the six-dimensional cosmology of the universe from the Pythagorean Illuminati, which they explain the reason, the purpose to existence, the nature of reality, the reason for life, everything. They explain it all. They're the secret society, the ancient secret society that has all of the answers for everything. So my search for truth led me to them, and that's how I was able to explain um, the the cosmology of the universe and the where these entities are operating from, outside of our time and space continuum, which is this six-dimensional cosmology. Because actually, I've had experiences where I know that right beside me there are two Arcturians. I have two Arcturian guardians that are right next to me. Because there are other realities next to you, but you just don't know it. And the more and more your consciousness awakens, the more you're able to access these other realities, the more psychic you're able to get, the more dreams you're able to remember, the more you're able to access the dead, access the higher dimensional. And this is what the Illuminati refer to as the Omega world. This is what the Egyptians referred to as the Duat, and it's where we go to when we go to sleep in our unconscious, and uh, that's what the elite are trying to keep from us, is the existence of this other reality that's non-physical and exists outside of space and time that we're actually connected with, because we're actually projecting um, our physical projection is a projection from that realm, the realm of soul and mind. So that's the real reality. This isn't real. Physical reality isn't real. The real reality is the Omega world, the Duat, um, all that is, and that's where we're actually from, projecting into this reality. Matter, because mind is actually creates matter. But science doesn't want you to know that. The elite doesn't want you to know that. But that's actually what the truth is.
I've had many discussions with near-death experiencers that have said that the other side is more real than here. Would you say that our higher self or our complete self is in that reality, and even when you're having a near-death experience, you wake up there?
Yes, I am. And that is actually what the double-headed phoenix of Freemasonry represents, is because the double-headed phoenix, you can see it. It represents you waking up in this life and you waking up in Omega world, in the other realm too. And the more you wake up because when you go to sleep in your dreams, the more you wake up in your dreams, the more you wake up in this reality too. So that's what's happening is in this world, in alpha world, they're doing everything to stop people from waking up through mind control, through media manipulation, through all of the different facets. They're stopping people from waking up to the dream, because the highest secrets of the mystery schools is that life is a dream. Like you're literally dreaming this experience right now. And the experience like that we're in the omega world, and that's the real reality.
Would you say that every dream that a person has while they're sleeping is them being awake in the Omega world? Or is it just lucid dreaming?
Yes, no, that's the same thing. It's them being awake in the omega world, because there's the non-physical world outside of time and space, which our souls and minds are in, and then there's the physical world inside of time and space. So there's two realms, and actually the government knows about this, and that's why you never hear anyone talk about dreams. You never. But that's what I was always wondering when I was a kid. I'm like, why doesn't anyone talk about dreams and stuff? And then science, which is not a full explanation of the nature of reality, because they don't acknowledge the mind and the soul. Science says that your dreams are just electrical firings of your brain, and it's all physical, because science is based on scientific physical empiricism. But the thing is there is a world outside of our senses, and that's actually the beginning of the hero's journey. It's because you wake up and you're like, there's got to be something more than this physical world, than the world of the senses, and there is. You know what I'm saying? That there is. So you go on the hero's journey, and then that's actually, like, when I wrote my book, my first book, it ended up me finding the enlightened ones, the Illuminati, which are the Pythagorean Illuminati, which they were able to explain the nature of reality to me, and they were able to awaken me up through the hero's journey, because that is included in their secret religion of illumination, which is predates all of the religions, which actually says that it's possible for any soul and being to become God through the divine spark within us, which is a Gnostic belief, which is associated with the Templars in the secret societies of the past. So because I'm a Templar, I'm in with the secret society. I'm a Freemason. I'm in the Illuminati. We have been extinguished. We've been in the inquisitions of the past. We've always been blotted out, but we always come back, because we know about the truth. So throughout time, I just keep reincarnating with this truth, because I have memories that go back to Egypt, ancient Arabia, Atlantis. I remember everything. Like, I'm having a total recall. So it's my mission to be able to give this to other people, my recall of my soul, and my lives, to be able to help other people recall theirs, like all their lives.
You mentioned earlier that you have Arcturians around you, and many of my guests would say that we have spirit guides or guardian angels, that everybody has them around them. Do you think that it's really that everybody has ETs around them, or could it be angels or spirit guides, or are they all the same?
Yeah, it's your soul family. You know what I'm saying? It's your soul family. That's what you explain angels as and stuff like that, which I've been able because, you know, I was religious and stuff like that, and I was trying to explain things, but I got my answers. And actually, it came to me like when I took DMT, I was able to actually, the elite know about this though. DMT gives you access to Omega World. It gives you conscious access to the dream. And actually, uh, so when I took DMT, that's when I had my experience of I went through like a hyperdimensional tunnel of light, and I was actually like kind of scared. But then I heard telepathically, I heard, "Don't be afraid," and just, you know, I felt a calming thing of peace. And then I felt two Arcturian beings around me, and they were just like healing me and working on me. And that was my experience with taking DMT.
So, would you say that your star family are Arcturians, and perhaps is it even possible that you are an Arcturian before you incarnated in this life?
Yes, I am definitely Arcturian. My soul, you know, because when you say that, my soul feels it. Like, you know, you see my body here, but my soul, you know, is different. It's experienced many different lives in human form and also in extraterrestrial form. That was when I had that experience, I knew that I was in contact with my star family, which are Arcturian. And you know, the government knows this. You know, the government knows who's who, and who's coming in, and where they're coming from.
How have you changed spiritually since you've been processing all this information?
So when I first began to wake up, which is around 2012, I was very into the world of common day. That's what it's known in the hero's journey. You know, it's your everyday 9 to 5, you know, monotonous journey, Groundhog Day. Um, it's the repeat, the cycle. But my soul like wanted to know more, and that's how I was able to escape. Took the red pill. That's the answering to the call in the hero's journey. You know, it's Morpheus presenting you the blue pill or the red pill. And I actually chose to take the red pill. And then I had a dream of the Arcturians giving me the red pill. Like they were actually like acknowledging that I was taking the path of truth. And then once you take the red pill, you are then in the extraordinary world. You're out of the world of common day. You know, you're in a world where, you know, you don't know everything, but then you meet with the mentor. You meet with someone that's been in that world, that's able to guide you. And then you are then go through the road of tests and trials, which are, you know, we all go through. But then after that, you then meet with God and then attain apotheosis. Then you receive the reward. And once you receive the reward, which it may be knowledge, it's whatever your soul set out to seek. Like this is the path to the Holy Grail. This is the path that the Illuminati, the enlightened ones, keep. Um, Once you attain apotheosis, receive the reward, you then choose to stay where you're at, or you choose to come back into the world of common day with what you know. So then you obviously choose to come back in the world of common day with higher knowledge, but then you get attacked. And But then you're able to defeat the attackers, and you're able to then liberate humanity, and then become the master of two worlds. And that's the master's journey. That journey is also seen in the Matrix with Neo. The Matrix is pretty much the ultimate explanation of the hero's journey. So the Illuminati are bringing this forward for each soul to remember their own personal path, because we all have our individual past, and that's the really the greatness of God, is that we all have our individual past that we're on.
Do you have any memories of the spaceships that you were on, as well as the type of uniforms you wore?
Yeah, so just getting back to that, like one of the memories I have of being involved in space is I remember I was on a space station, and everyone was scrambling around, everybody was rushing around. Um, and then I remember someone standing in front of a door, and I was gonna go in it, and then they pushed the door and it opened up, and then I went in the door, and then this metal slide comes and just slides me down into a cockpit. And I'm in this cockpit, and this cockpit is like a glass dome, 360. I can see everything. And then I was just launched out into space. And then I remember being out in space in this glass cockpit, uh, fighter, and actually in the Lost in Space, the movie Lost in Space, like more recent ones, like in 2001, they have a fighter in there that resembles what I was in, because it's just a glass dome and you can see 360. But like they launched me out into space, and I just remember being in space in this giant space station, being in front of me, and it was like as big as New York, like it was on that scale. And then I remember just flying my ship around, and there was a huge battle going on, and there was ships crashing in to the space station. Like I was going around strafing other battleships, and then I actually got shot down, and I remember the pain of being shot, and then I woke up like in my normal life, and but I still had the pain in my side. um and so that was just like one memory of the space station, because it's highly advanced. Everything's just highly advanced. Everything you see on the sci-fi movies is real. And the elites, that's part of what they do, is they get it out in movies. Elysium, Ender's Game, all these movies are disclosure. um, and that's what I started realizing when I started waking up, was I was like, this is all disclosure. The elites are all they're getting all their information out, like Bloodshot, the movie Tenant, um, like like everything is pretty much disclosure.
Do you think that we're ever going to have complete open disclosure and we will join the galactic community and be something like Star Trek?
Yes, of course I do, because through what is called dialectical evolution, which is the evolution of the universe, because the universe is a self-solving mathematical equation. That's what God is. Yeah, and the Illuminati are the ones that have presented me to that understanding. So if you want to know more about that, look into the Pythagorean Illuminati's work. Um, so through that and understanding, it's inevitable. It's actually inevitable that we are going to have the Star Trek civilization, and what that actually looks like, which the Pythagorean Illuminati have uh, shown, is it's called a meritocracy. Um, in the show Star Trek, that's what a meritocracy looks like. One world, everybody getting together, You know what I'm saying? There's no division. The people of the most merit are in the highest positions. You know, and these are what the advanced civilizations run their governments by, is by a meritocracy. So people are like, oh, that's not possible, but it is, because advanced civilizations are this is the way they run it. So the politically, a meritocracy is what's going to replace democracy, because democracy has been infiltrated, which allows a small percentage of people to gain all the money, and then all the rest of us, we have nothing. So that's what the system of this world has been run on, and obviously that's just led to war and strife and division and all that. So meritocracy is what is going to replace that. And so that's why we're going to see the fall of the political realm of democracy and monarchy, because both monarchy and democracy, both are uh, in inherited positions of people are put into positions of power by inheritance and not by merit. So people have been able to pass down the old world order, which is the it's not the new world order, it's the old world order, because it's the world order that's always enslaved us. It's the hierarchy that's always enslaved us since the beginning of time. It's going to collapse like it always has. And then a meritocracy is what's going to rise like a phoenix from the ashes of that. But this also has to do with, like, it's a three-body problem, because the problem is political, economic, and religious. So what the enlightened ones have presented with the answers are a meritocracy to replace uh, democracy and or, democracy and monarchy, um, illumination to replace Abrahamism, because Abrahamism is the religious context that rules this world, which over like 4 billion people subscribe to, which the religions of Judaism, Islam, and Christianity all fall underneath. And Abrahamism is basically based on, people follow the religions of the book, but they don't understand that that God is not a good God, because what kind of God orders someone to kill their son, and condemns everybody to hell? So this is the core tenets of Abrahamism, which also there's genocide, with wiping out a civil, like a whole people with the flood, and stuff like that. So this is what, like, in the religious context, and being able to be uh, liberated religiously, illumination brings, because it frees you from the Abrahamic religions. So and then there's also the economic context of it, which basically says the 1% has everything and they're just getting more. But through social and national capitalism, which will be the economic system that replaces the way it was back in the ancient days, this gives the money, it takes away the money from Wall Street and gives it back from Main Street to Main Street, to us, the people.
Let me
Yeah,
ask you this.
this is the new context of existence that's coming in. This is the new reality that's coming in.
Is there a war going on right now with the ETs over who runs the Earth?
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
And
It's
who is versus who? Is it like Nordics versus the Arcturians, or how does that all sort out?
Yeah. So you could basically say, like, obviously there's light and dark. Basically you can definitely refer to Star Wars, and the four, like, it's all that's all real. The rebellion is real. The Illuminati are actually the rebellion. They've been responsible for the revolutions of the past, the French Revolution, the American Revolution, the Russian Revolution, all of that. But obviously they are connected to higher beings because um, that the, the 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 war between the gods are the war between the ETs. And like you say, Andromedan, Palladian, Syrian, um, uh, and against Greys, reptilian, the humans. Um, there is a war between the going on, but the thing is that the divine intervention, but that we have gotten, it's already over. Like that, like I've sat on councils, that where I'm actually seeing people being held in tribunals. I've been on the tribunals and seeing it happening. So it is happening, but it's already over. They just don't want people to know because they're trying to keep power and stuff. And there's a unfolding of the disclosure process as 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 to not incite humanity to destroy itself. But I can assure you that it's already over. The war is already done, and we're just getting the disclosure, how we're getting it
Do you feel
through
that
through dreams, but like that's mostly what it's coming. It's coming mostly through you. It's not going to come. You're going to only see like little driplets from the actual mainstream media, but they know what they have to do too, and pretty soon we're going to see some stuff like about them.
do you feel that you're still processing what you've been through, and are new memories still coming back to you from time to time?
Oh yeah, it's a continual process every day. It's like a new day. I remember more. I realize that we're getting closer to this future that I remember of them disclosing everything, because I know that that time is coming, and I know that I've been put back here to get people prepared for that time. Because it has to do with both light and dark. But I mostly focus on the light, and so that I can talk about missions that I've been on, um, you know, that are not so good at all. But it's been for the light though.
You've written many books about your experience, and we've only just scratched the surface of what happened to you. If people want to find out more about your books, should they go to a website or Amazon?
I think I sent you my link to my Amazon page, which I have has all my books on it. And I also have a school, the Immortals Keep, that I created that teaches all about the mysteries and consciousness and everything. And then I gave the Pythagorean Illuminati's website, which is called the Armageddon Conspiracy, to you, and my YouTube channel too. Definitely goes through everything I'm remembering, in the mystery schools, and past lives, being a super soldier, and basically being an aeon, which is a being that exists outside of time and space. So, um, like we are all aeons, whether we know it or not, because We're in time and space right now, but we actually exist outside of time and space in another realm, where we are piloting these bodies like drones from that realm, and we experience that realm in our dreams. And this is the one thing that the elite don't want people to know.
Well, after watching this podcast, people may want to ask you questions. Are you available for that?
Oh yes, that is my mission. That's my mission. That's why I've created my school. All of my work is just to answer questions on the nature of reality, because that's the real secret. The real disclosure is the secret, and the secret is you. You know, the secret is consciousness, and it's not anything outside of you. It's what's within you. That they don't. So that's what I'm all about, is bringing people into a more esoteric um, understanding of consciousness.
Anthony, before we finish up, can you give us a last positive message?
Yes, I can, and that is what I love, because I'm a positive. I'm optimistic and positive all the time, and I can guarantee you, through understanding the way the universe works, which it is mathematical. The universe is made up of numbers. That's what everything is made up. It's all mathematical, and it all ends up evolving to our end point, our omega point. You know, us all coming back to God, because all paths lead to God. And so we are becoming God through this experience, that was fractured, but then is coming back together again. So that's what's happening with the universe. The Egyptians knew about this, you know, all the ancients knew about this. And that's what's happening right now, because it seems crazy right now because everybody's divided. Everybody, you know, you got your political division, you got your religious division, you know, you got all that. And it's the end times right now for sure. But this all ends up, and it's all uniting, and into a one world order, which has been reversed by the elite, because a one world order is something good. A new world order is something good. A new world order is actually what a Star Trek civilization looks like, and that's what the Illuminati talk about. The elite don't want people to know that, because an idea, there is one thing stronger than all the armies in the world, and that is an idea whose time has come. And Victor Hugo was the one who said that. And they don't want people to know about what a new world order is, and what a one world is, and how that's a Star Trek civilization, and what a meritocracy is. And because that ends them. So through dialectical evolution of the universe, that is what we are evolving into. So it's inevitable. We're going to get there. We're already there.
Anthony, thank you for your message, and thank you for being my guest.
Thank you, Jeff. I appreciate it. I really do. Until next time.
Thanks for watching the JeffMara podcast. I really appreciate you. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. And if you do, there are loyalty badges and other perks depending on your level of membership. All you need to do is click the join button underneath the video to find out more. Thank you for your support.